A portion of today's video is sponsored by Sheath Underwear. For more information on Sheath, click the link below in the description or wait until the end of this video. I know that many people in my space, including me, have talked about the danger that Donald Trump poses and the danger that the Republican Party poses relative to their never having anything to say negative about Donald Trump, never correcting him, never trying to redirect him when he puts all of us in danger, whether that be economic policy or the mass deportation nonsense or just his general constitutional crisis heaving that he is constantly endeavoring. This is no more relevant or poignant or glaringly obvious than what took place yesterday in the Oval Office. One, Jeanine Pirro is now sworn in as the interim United States Attorney for the District of Columbia, the jurisdiction in which I live. Someone who obsequiously indicated on Fox News that not all persons in this country who reside here, whether legally or illegally, that they are afforded due process. She said this multiple times, and this is likely why she was named the U.S. Attorney for this particular jurisdiction, because she's willing to flout the Constitution, ignore the Constitution, violate her oath that you're getting ready to watch her swear in. She gives an oath to the Constitution to protect and serve it and defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic, while standing near that very domestic threat to the Constitution. But rarely do you get a view into Donald Trump when he's not on camera or when he thinks he's not on camera. And that's what happened here. He practically wanders off in the middle of her swearing in because he's not the center of attention. And it's dangerous for the fact that Republicans need to be able to say, hey, Donald, you got to do your job, brother. You got to be the president if you're going to be the president. And there's no one here to correct this 80-year-old toddler in chief who is so insecure that he can't even handle not being the center of attention for the time it takes for Jeanine Pirro to be sworn in. He's going to give some remarks. He's on camera, so everything's great. He turns it over to Pam Bondi to swear in Jeanine Pirro. And while that happens, he thinks he's not on camera and he cannot handle it. Actually, Time Machine, I just had a thought. I played the clip and I realized I played the White House clip that doesn't show him being bored. It doesn't show him swaying and getting ready to wander off out of frame. So what I'm going to do is play both for you. The White House clip, which has no chyron, it has no elements over it, no visual elements, and then the C-SPAN clip that shows you just how dangerous of a situation is that we have Donald Trump in the Oval Office. So we'll put both clips up side to side synced so you can see them both. But pay attention to Donald Trump.
So Jeanine Pirro, I have no doubt, will be an exceptional U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, one of the truly most important positions in our country, of any position, where she will restore public safety in our nation's capital, break up vicious street gangs and criminal networks, and ensure equal justice under the law. You'll see very, very big improvements in the D.C. area, that I can promise you. So I want to congratulate Jeanine. I want to congratulate you and Christine and your whole family on this undertaking. And as you know, Pam Bondi is doing an unbelievable job as our real leader in the fight against crime. And Pam heard about this, and Pam said, I'll have to find time for Jeanine. She doesn't have time to do this, but for Jeanine she did, and she's going to be doing the swearing in. So Pam, thank you very much for the great job you're doing and for swearing in our friend, Justice Jeanine. Good. Thank you. Come on up. Oh, you're there.
There we go. I do solemnly swear
I, Jeanine Pirro, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I take this obligation freely,
and that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are we doing here, Republicans? What are we doing here? And look, this is obviously a persnickety type of thing that doesn't really have much import on its face for this very moment, but the overarching issue is very important. More overarching, more important than this is the fact that after the swearing in, he got right back behind the podium, started answering questions from reporters, and someone asked about what his thoughts are if he's considering pardoning the domestic terrorists who plotted to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and he says openly, yeah, that is something. He indicates, well, I haven't watched the trial at all, but it seems like they were railroaded. I think this is what happened, even though he admits he has no idea about the actual details of the case. Very dangerous. Watch this.
And I'll tell you what, many of those students didn't go anywhere. Many of those students were troublemakers caused by the radical left lunatics in this country. All right, one more question.
President,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Will you pardon the people who are accused of conspiring to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer?
I'm going to look at it. I will take a look at it. It's been brought to my attention. I did watch the trial. It looked to me like somewhat of a railroad job. I'll be honest with you. It looked to me like some people said some stupid things. You know, they were drinking, and I think they said stupid things. But I'll take a look at that. And a lot of people are asking me that question from both sides, actually. A lot of people think they got railroaded. A lot of people think they got railroaded. And probably some people don't. One more. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Dangerous yet unsurprising. We already witnessed him pardon unconditionally some. A few he granted just clemency where their convictions stood, but he let them out of prison. People who attempted to overthrow the United States government at his behest during the insurrection. We have a state sponsor of domestic terrorism right here, and he happens to live at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, just a mile and change from where I sit right now. And Republicans, there is no one here to hold him accountable. Rhetorically or otherwise, we don't have a single person in the majority party right now who's willing to hold Donald Trump accountable, in word or in deed. What do you think about this? I'd love to know. You can call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you're from Michigan, I'd really love to hear relative to this Gretchen Whitmer thing. We're in a spot. We're in a spot. You can comment below. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another. All right. Now that we've talked about all of that, I want to talk about something that's genuinely improved my daily comfort. You know how I'm always saying we should follow the evidence? Well, I've been wearing sheath apparel now for well over 2 years, and I have to say the evidence isn't just convincing, it's transformative. Let's face it, I hate buying underwear, and I'm sure you do too. Everybody hates buying underwear. With sheath, you can stop dreading that purchase because you'll have quality, durable apparel that lasts. Once you experience the sheath difference, you'll wonder how you ever wore anything else. What makes sheath different? That's the question. They're the original creators of pouch underwear technology. Now, I'm not going to get overly detailed here. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but it's essentially providing proper anatomical support that traditional underwear simply doesn't offer. Plus, Sheath donates a portion of every single sale to men's mental health initiatives, something I think many of us can appreciate the importance of. And it makes a noticeable difference whether you're sitting at a desk analyzing political developments for hours or just going about your day. And Sheath isn't just for men. They've developed an impressive line for women too, using the same principles of thoughtful design and premium materials. What I particularly appreciate about Sheath is their commitment to quality. These aren't disposable basics. They're using high-performance fabrics that last, and their ethical manufacturing practices align with values that many of us in this community share. If you're ready to upgrade your underwear drawer with something that's actually engineered for comfort, head to sheath.com and use code Dollemore for 20% off your first order. My team and I have switched to Sheath, and honestly, it's one of those small changes that makes a surprising difference in your day.